Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Playing Games with Flash. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all of those fun things. So, getting back into more Game Pass. At this point, we're just going to continue on kind of like a weekly thing here, or however often Game Pass choose to add new games. So, this week, in Game Pass, I want to talk about the most recent games to hit Game Pass since the last time I spoke about it. And of course, there's the most recent 4 games at this particular junction at time of recording. We got The Good Life, The Riftbreaker, Ring of Pain, and Into the Pit. So first up, let's talk about The Good Life. The dud of the group, if you will. This game is tagged as a debt repayment simulator, which, I know what that is, but at the same time, I'm like, where does that fit in this space? But I digress. The game is, kind of like that life simulator. It seems to have a story of sorts and an objective and a larger end game. I don't know what it's really going for, but the graphics are dated. The voiceovers are bad. It just does weird things. Like right out of the gate, trying out this game, you start, the character comes to the town and they have things set up for her. There's a house and they tell her, hey, the first objective is to go to the house. Okay, fine. So you go on what is like a 40-second trot from the town to where the house is. Still pretty much very much in town. Again, on foot. In game takes about like 40 seconds to get there, if that long, right? It's probably more like 30 seconds. And the first thing the character says is, oh, they told me it was in town. This is not even close to the town. And I'm like, all right. As if I didn't already know this game was bad. Yeah, it's bad. Don't play this game. It's on Game Pass. Don't download this game. Do yourself a favor. Go play Animal Crossing or Farmville or Stardew Valley or The Sims or something. Do not play this game. Don't waste your time downloading it. Just pretend like it isn't there. Okay? Thank you. Do yourself a favor. Next, let's talk about the Riftbreaker. This one is interesting. It's an action RPG. I like it. It's got that top-down, isometric kind of style, right? The visuals are nice. It's very colorful. Pretty much everything in the environment is destructible. The controls are very responsive. I like that. Left trigger is like your melee options, and then right trigger is like your gun options. The controls, like I said, very responsive. Left stick is movement. Right stick is not camera, but controls direction. It has that twin stick feel. Controls your aim, right? So it moves the character 360, and the 360 matters. So wherever you point your right thumbstick is where the character is going to point. So very cool dynamic. I could see myself playing this game. I'm not immediately uninstalling it like I did with The Good Life. I could play this game. And if you like this style of game, action RPG, like it has those elements where, it has skills and you have to upgrade your skills, and you have different things you can attach to your weapons, and you can mine for different materials. This is a solid game, I think. Obviously, I only played, a little bit of it just to get a feel for it, but I think this is a really solid game. And if you like this style of game, you might really enjoy this. So check it out. Definitely worth the download. Check it out and see if you like it. Next up, let's move to Ring of Pain. Now, these next 2 games here for the roguelite and roguelike crowd, these 2 games are going to be right up your alley. Ring of Pain, it's a turn-based kind of roguelike card system. It's very interesting the way it plays out. If you want to get in and get into a game that's going to give you a lot of quick runs, if you don't have a lot of time, you just want to play something real quick, even if you have 5 minutes, you're going to get a lot out of this game in 5 minutes, right? Because one, it is hard. It is not easy to complete a run, which is an entire ring. It is punishing, okay? Because it doesn't start you out with a lot of health. And the cards, it gives you 2 cards to choose from at a time. One of them might be an enemy. One of them might be like a treasure chest. One of them might be the escape to the next room, right? In the ring, the next pathway. One of them might be like an upgrade to your abilities choice, but that also might come with a decrease to your other abilities. So while you might get a big boost to your attack or your speed or your health, you're going to get a decrease in those other said attributes, right? So very interesting. You also have the option to like go one way to pass. It swipes to the left or to the right to show you a different card. One of the cards will remain, but it'll swap out one of the cards for another card. Very, very different. I like it. It's very unique. And also, if one of them is an enemy, it gives you an option to sneak past. So you have a sneak attribute as well. So you can try to sneak past the enemy and the enemy card, if you will, and it will show you, hey, you succeeded, right? And you snuck past and nothing happened. You didn't take any damage. But maybe the enemy spotted you and they chicked you for some damage. But the game shows you what effect the option will have. So it'll tell you, hey, you're going to lose this much health in this interaction and you're going to do this much damage. You might be able to parry, right? If your defense and your parry skill is high enough in this particular run. And in which case you might take no damage, right? And the more enemies you destroy, the more enemies you kill, I should say, the higher soul points you get, which you use soul points to open better chests. Some might be worth 20, some might be worth 40, and you'll get better upgrades. And you have inventory slots. Maybe like, I think it's like 10 or 12 inventory slots that you have that you can put things into. One of them might be a weapon or a defensive thing, or like an accessory slot. Very unique, very cool. Check it out. If you're into these kind of games, I think you're really going to like this one. And next up, Into the Pit. Last but not least, this one's a roguelite. Now, this one's different. This one is FPS. So if you don't like first-person style games, you're not going to like this one, even though it is in the roguelite family. The graphics are very retro, old style, kind of PC, old school PC look, which for a lot of people, they might like it, they might not like it, right? Now, keep in mind, the combat and the movement is very fast. Now, left trigger, right trigger are your attacks. From what I can tell, you don't get physical weapons. You just have things you can add to your hand abilities. So you can different shooting. It might be like a spread shot type of magic thing shooting out of your hand. One of them might be a more streamlined condensed shot. And then you can add, again, this being a roguelite, you can add different things or abilities to that going on the run. So you might be able to add a little fire shot or piercing thing, or different things that add to your hand abilities. So this is a very interesting one, I think. If you like this, but I caution that it can be off-putting if you don't, especially if you kind of get nauseated by fast, quick movements in first-person perspective. This might not be the game to try out, right? Give it a shot. Again, it's GamePass. It's not going to cost you anything. Give it a shot and see how you feel. You'll get it's not going to take you long. You're immediately going to know if this is for you or not. You're not going to have to spend a lot of time. Oh, let me play this for an hour or two to figure out. No. You're gonna play this game for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're gonna know if you're gonna like this game or not right out of the gate. So give it a shot. If you like those styles of games and you can stand it, give it a shot. I think you might spend a decent amount of time enjoying this game. So that's it in Game Pass this week. Very simple, quick, in and out, everybody. So make sure you like, subscribe, check out the last video, check out a video for you. Go hit the playlist. I got the Playing Games for Flash series into a playlist. Go check out those videos. And I appreciate y'all joining me. And this is Playing Games with Flash. And I will check y'all next week as far as Game Pass goes. Peace out.